Hi guys, this is Angie, also known as The Light. It's been a minute, but I'm back with a new video. And today I want to talk about when you first attract a narcissist in a romantic setting, basically, or a friendship setting. And see, the goal is to be able to tell who the narcissist is even before you even get to that, romantic stage. You want to be able to have a conversation with them and know off the bat, or have a few conversations with them. That's the goal. And you never, well, for me, I don't think I'll ever stop attracting narcissists. I mean, when you're a positive person, when you have so much to give to the world, so much light, you're an empath. I mean, you're gonna, I think you'll always attract narcissists, and I don't think that you should allow that to discourage you. But the trick is to be able to identify them before you even get into a relationship or get into a friendship with the narc or the sociopath. What I've noticed when I attract male narcissists, um, I date men, I noticed that it goes really fast. I mean, you'll give them your number that day, they'll call you that day or the next day. They'll instantly start texting you, and they will probably hang out with you or ask you on a date very fast. Everything moves quickly. Um, I also noticed that they talk a lot about themselves. Um, I would say even if they're covert or overt, but definitely the overt narcissist, it is always about them. They're gonna talk about themselves nonstop. I find the covert narcissist, they might ask you a few questions about yourself in between the conversation. But mostly, the majority of your conversations will be based on them. It will never be based on you. And even if you do get a word in edgewise, they will somehow take the conversation and turn it right back to them. You can say, "Oh, my mother died," and they'll say, "Well, really, my mom died." "Oh my goodness, let me tell you how the funeral was, and let me tell you how my mom died." They will always turn the conversation right back to them. And if you're a person who likes to listen, fix people's problems, it's going to go right over your head because you're always putting other people first. So you probably will not notice it if you're a person who is a good listener, an empath, or always putting people first. You're not going to notice that you're always talking about this person. Um, their majority, they're calling you. They're probably going to call you more than you call them. It's going to be, you're going to feel like, oh, I met the one. I met my soulmate. I met the one. It's going to feel like an instant connection right off the bat. Like, you're going to feel as if, like, okay, I'm done searching. Even with a friendship, they'll make you feel like, okay, I've met my new bestie. You're going to find that you have a lot in common with them, or they're just going to agree with everything that you're saying. Sometimes the honeymoon stage can go a month or two, but I'm noticing that things are starting to go a little bit faster for them. Sometimes your honeymoon phase, depending on how quickly this narc moves, can maybe only last 2 weeks. With the complimenting you, with all the calls or the texting, I mean, they'll give you so much attention you have no other choice but to say, dang, I'm really feeling this person. I'm really digging this person. And what you'll notice is all the information that you have given them, when that honeymoon phase is over, you'll start to notice they're going to take all the information or the things they've seen you doing within these weeks or months, and they're going to basically downplay everything that you do. I actually recently attracted a narcissist back in August, and it's funny because I've known him my whole life. I've met him in church. I grew up in church, and so he contacted me on Instagram, and I didn't realize that he had been watching me since April. And then he contacted me and said, don't be a stranger, text me or call me. And I ended up texting him in August and invited him to my birthday gathering. I had no idea he was a narcissist, because I'd seen this guy since I was a teenager. So he came to my party, and he was very, very, very quiet at my party. Very quiet. He really didn't, socialize with many people. It seemed like he was just watching me the whole night. So that was like a Saturday. By Tuesday, the following week, we were on our first date. It was that fast. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Within 4 days, we were on our first date. And he would call me every day. He would text me every day, and it was okay. It was like the honeymoon phase was it lasted 2 weeks basically. With "you're so beautiful," "oh, I love the woman you've become. I've watched you grow up," and wouldn't it be so cool if me and you were like supposed to get married and get together. And the entire time, this guy is still legally married to someone else. He doesn't live with his wife, but he's still legally married. Then I found out he's living with his mother. Has a job now, has a good job, and is living with his mom. It was just so many things snowballing out. And I mean, this guy has so much baggage. And a lot of narcissists, they do not. They appear to have their shit together. And majority of them really don't. Even if they're some big time CEO, they have a lot of baggage that comes with them. Things will start to pop out of nowhere. And we had hung out at my house, and of course he tried to make a move on me, and I didn't sleep with him. And thank God I didn't, because all these things had snowballed out, about this guy. And it was just one thing after the other. And slowly he started to say things to me. He drinks. I drink sometimes, sociably I go out. And he started to say, "You know what? You drink a lot." And if you're an insecure person, if you're a people pleaser, that's going to definitely play on your thoughts, your insecurities. You'll start to think, well, dang, maybe I'm alcoholic. Maybe I do drink too much. And thank God, I'm aware of these type of personalities. I just turned back at him. Well, you know what? You drink too. When people say things to you like that, throw it right back at them. Because 9 times out of 10, exactly what they're shaming you about, they do worse, okay? Oh, and I found out this guy sells drugs. He has a 9-to-5, a great job. I'm not going to say what it is, but then I found out it's not really drugs. He sells, marijuana on the side. It's just like, you're shaming me for, drinking, and you're selling marijuana, which is not legal yet in my state. Like, unbelievable. But anyway, he just started to say, you know what, you go out a lot. You hang out with your friends a lot. You drink a lot. Like, everything was a problem. You dress sexy. Or, it was just one thing after the other. This is like week 3. I mean, that honeymoon phase went quick. He was like trying to break me down, because they have to do this to you to break you down. They have to condition you. They have to prep you into the control mode. I have to control this person. I have to get what I want from them. And I'm not really sure what it is that he wanted from me. I don't really care. So let's just say 30 days, I was able to cut this man off. In 30 days, I was like, okay, I've seen enough. I've heard enough. And I told him, listen, this isn't going to work out. You got to go. Sorry. We could be friends. Of course, the narcissist doesn't want to be friends with you. And if they do, keep in contact or want to be friends with you, it's mainly because they want to see if they can capture you. I have not heard from him. I have not seen him. And that was that. So you will start to hear people, what they say. It's the, what stage is that again? Oh, the devaluing stage. Yes. So you'll be in the honeymoon stage for a little bit. It can last, I don't know, it can last from, a few weeks to months. But the honeymoon phase usually does not last that long, and then they'll start to devalue everything that you do. They'll start to compare themselves to you. They'll talk about themselves all the time. They'll give you a sob story. I've just noticed that the covert narcissist always comes in with a sob story to tell you. So does a sociopath. They have to get you to sorry for them. I was on a first date with a narc, and he's just like, oh, when I was a child, this is the first date. When I was a child, the teachers used to make fun of me in front of the whole class, and I would cry, and I'm looking at him like, is he serious? I mean, telling this story on the first date, he was trying so hard to get me to feel sorry for him. And every story was about how an ex did him wrong. And I'm telling you, when you meet someone and everybody did them wrong, the cat did them wrong, the neighbor did them wrong, the ex did them wrong, the mama did them wrong, the daddy did them wrong, everybody did them wrong, and they're not mentioning any accountability of themselves in the relationship, or how they chose to heal or fix it. Run like hell. This person has an issue. Or perfect. The overt narcissist. They'll call you. Oh my God, let me tell you what happened. And you're like, just sitting there. You can literally sit the phone down, go pee, come back, and they're still talking. And then you'll say, you couldn't even get it. They'll say, you know what? Do the fire, I gotta go. They'll freaking hang up on you. That is definitely the overt narcissist. Another thing they'll do is, there's no space or time to do anything that you want to do. No. And this is with lovers, this is with friends. I recently, had to get rid of a narcissistic female friend, and she'll hit you up and say, oh, you know what, can we hang out? And you're like, okay, cool. And then she'll just disappear. She'll just, disappear. Who does that? Oh, but when they want to hang out, she'll just disappear. I guess she found something else better to do, or you know, do whatever it was, she found something else better to do. Or you'll say, you know what, let's hang out today. All right, no problem. Let's meet at 5 o'clock. You can't find her at 5 o'clock. You can't find these people at 5 o'clock. But if it's something important that they want to do, oh, they'll show up. That's not a healthy friendship. That's not a healthy person. It's a toxic person, whether they're narcissist, sociopath, psychopath, or whatever they are. That's a toxic relationship. It should be, I give, you give, basically. So these are signs that I've noticed about narcissistic people, sociopaths as well. It's not about you. Conversation, the whole friendship, the whole relationship is all about them. Non-stop talking about themselves, disappearing acts, being a little bit too nice in the beginning as well. All of a sudden want to, oh, you're so wonderful, you're so this, you're so that, oh my gosh, like, that's fake. Anyone doing that is freaking fake. That's like idolizing someone who you just met. Why would you idolize someone you don't even know? Oh, you're so wonderful. It's okay to compliment, to give people compliments. But if somebody's overly complimenting you, yeah, all the time, every day, nonstop, it's because they're hiding something. They actually feel the opposite about you. Or they're coming to take something from you. Definitely coming to take something from you. I noticed that too. They'll worship you. You gotta let go of ego. Ego is the biggest issue. If you're a person that needs their ego stroke, I'm a Leo, and a lot of us Leos are that way. I don't know if y'all are into zodiacs, but I am into zodiacs, and a lot of us Leos, I'm sure, even though they call Leos a narcissistic sign, I can see a Leo attracting narcissists a lot because we like our ego strokes, and I had to let go of my ego. So when someone's like, oh, you're so wonderful, you're so full of light, you're so this, you're so beautiful, you're so, thank you, thank you. But at that same time, I'm watching that person, because that's not healthy. That's not normal to sit there and gloat and kiss someone's feet. You can compliment someone, but don't idolize them. When someone's idolizing you, that is a definite red flag. I hope this video was helpful to you. These are just a few tips. I'm going to do more videos. Peace and blessings.